and welcome to Jay's Reviews. Let's dive right into Oceanos. In this game, you're playing as a captain of a submarine ship. The goal of the game is to see how many different kinds of fish you can find, how deep the coral reef goes, and collect treasure to bring back home. But be careful and beware of the Kraken. Let's hit the table. Oceanos by Yellow plays 3 to 5 players with a 2-player variant. For ages 8 and up, plays in about 30 minutes. Setup. Depending on how many players you are, take out that many submarines. Each player sets up their level 1 submarine around the table. Place 1 fuel and 1 scuba diver token in their assigned place. Note, all extra parts keep close by. These will be used for upgrading your submarine later. Take out, shuffle, and place the round cards where all players can reach them. Last, set up the Kraken tokens. There are 3 sizes of Kraken tokens, 1 for each round. Pick at random 1 of each size and place them face down, starting with the biggest size. Now you are ready to play. Submarine layout. There are 5 parts to your submarine. Propeller at level 1 gives you 0 points at the end of a round. At level 2 gives you 2 points at the end of a round. At level 3 gives you 5 points at the end of the round. Motor. At level 1 you get 1 fuel token. At level 2 gives you 2 fuel tokens. At level 3 gives you 3 fuel tokens. Aquarium. At level 1 you can hold 3 different kinds of animals. At level 2 you can hold 5 different animals. At level 3 you can hold 8 different animals. Cockpit. At level 1 gives you 1 card at the start of a turn. At level 2 gives you 2 cards at the start of a turn. At level 3 gives you 3 cards at the start of a turn. Airlock. At level 1 holds 1 scuba diver. At level 2 holds 2 scuba divers. At level 3 holds 3 scuba divers. Card layout. There are 6 different kinds of subjects you will see in the ocean as you explore. Animals. There are 4 small kinds of animals and 4 big kinds of animals. Depending on the size of your aquarium, you can hold 3, 5, or 8 kinds of animals. You score 2 points per kind of animal at the end of a round. Coral. When placing cards with coral on them, you want to try and make the biggest reef you can. You get 1 point per coral in your biggest coral reef. Treasures. At the end of the game, when your scuba diver picks up treasure, you randomly pick treasure tokens from the treasure bag. There are different value tokens throughout the bag. Eye of the Kraken. These are bad for you. The player with the most eyes at the end of a round loses points depending on what the Kraken tokens say. Crystals. These are used to upgrade your submarine. They come in 2 different colors, yellow and green. To upgrade a submarine part from level 1 to level 2, you need 1 yellow crystal or 1 green crystal. To upgrade a submarine part from level 2 to level 3, you need both a yellow and green crystal. Bases. These are places you can upgrade your submarine. You can only upgrade 1 part of your submarine per base and must have the needed crystals to do so. Note, at the end of a round, you will always have 1 base turn before the next round. How to play. The game plays over 3 rounds with 5 turns each. Randomly pick who will be the expedition captain. This only happens at setup. The expedition captain is in charge of dealing out cards to the other players for this turn. Each player gets a number of cards that match the number of periscopes on their cockpit, plus 1 card. Note, the expedition captain doesn't get cards this way. Each player looks at their cards and picks 1 card to place in front of them face down. If a player wants, they can play a fuel token to play an extra card this turn. Fuel tokens refill at the end of a round, so make sure to use them at some point. If you play a card with a treasure on it, at the same time you can place a scuba diver token on it. Scuba diver scores out at the end of the game. Something to note about them is when they score, they swim to the surface straight up from the card they were played on. So if you have 2 treasures in the same column, you can score both treasures. You can try and play them later in the game, but you run the chance of not playing them at all depending on the cards you get. Once all players have placed their cards face down in front of them, They give all extra cards left over to the expedition captain. All players reveal cards they played at the same time. Now the expedition captain plays a card from the cards that were given to them. If for some reason you have fewer cards than normal, draw from the round deck to match your periscope plus 1 card. This ends the turn. Player to the left of the expedition captain becomes the expedition captain for the next turn, and play continues for 4 more turns for a total of 5 turns. The following happens at the end of a round. Place your player aid at the end of the row of cards. You can use the base on this card to upgrade your submarine if you have the crystals to do so. Score out the following. Animals collected, 2 points per animal. Propeller scores, 0, 2, or 5. Determine who has the most Kraken eyes. This person flips the Kraken token for the round and loses that many points. Take back all fuel tokens and place them in their assigned places. Start the next round by using the second round cards. Continue plays until all 3 rounds have been played. End of game and scoring. Score your biggest coral reef. Score 1 point per piece of coral in your biggest reef. Collect treasures with your scuba divers. Pick up 1 treasure token per treasure box that a diver picks up. Note, there's only 1 treasure token per treasure box, so you can't play 2 scuba divers in the same column and get double the treasure. The player with the most points wins. If there's a tie, player with the most power-ups wins. We simply loved this game. It's family-friendly and easy to teach. The art design and the mechanics are just wonderful. You actually feel like you're a captain of a submarine. Being a drafting game at its core, it does a lot to stand out from the rest that's currently out on the market. We haven't tried the 2-player variant, but I'm really looking forward to trying it. I give this game Jay's seal of approval. We'll catch you next week at the table.